I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to The Resistance. I'm going to do a 4-part video for this one. I hope you'll stick through it to the end, because I think by the end you'll understand why it concerns me a great deal. Part 1 is going to be about the Dred Scott decision, a Supreme Court decision of 1857. Part 2 is going to be about Donald Trump saying he's going to end birthright citizenship. Part 3 is going to be about Article 5 of the Constitution. And Part 4 is going to tie all 3 videos together, and that's I hope you'll see why it concerns me a great deal. So Part 1, the Dred Scott decision, 1857 United States Supreme Court. It was a 7-2 decision. It was widely regarded as the worst decision by the Supreme Court of all time. Now, if you consider the damage that Citizens United and Dobbs have done, then it's arguably not the worst, because it was rendered moot by the 13th and 14th Amendments. So what is the Dred Scott decision? Dred Scott was a slave, he and his wife, and they were suing for emancipation. And at the end of the decision, this is a very important part, the decision says that American citizenship is for whites only. American citizenship is for whites only. Now, this decision, the way it was worded and the arguments and all that, it was considered to be an originalist decision. And where have you heard that before with respect to our Supreme Court? All of our current conservative justices call themselves originalists. They say the original language is all that matters. And if you go by the original language, citizenship is only for white people. Now, another important thing to remember about this decision, it was never overturned. It is still technically the law of the land. It's just been rendered moot by the 13th and the 14th Amendments. The 13th Amendment is the one that abolished slavery, and the 14th Amendment is the one that gives us birthright citizenship. So keep that in mind. And if you think there aren't people out there today who want to use Dred Scott, you'd be wrong. Just this last August, the National Federation of Republican Assemblies tried to use the Dred Scott decision to argue that Kamala Harris was not a viable presidential candidate. In 2016, I think it was, a guy by the name of Stephen McAllister used the Dred Scott decision in an argument, he was the Solicitor General for Kansas. In arguing before the Kansas Supreme Court, he used the Dred Scott decision to support his case in an anti-abortion argument. And that same Stephen McAllister went on to be a U.S. attorney in the first Trump administration. So folks, Dred Scott decision says only white people can be citizens. It has never been overturned, only rendered moot by the 14th and 13th Amendments. That's the important thing to remember going forward. Oh, and that the Republicans still believe in it. Good day.